Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Bioshock Hub. In today's video, I wanted to do a more in-depth breakdown over the evolution of the Little Sisters in Bioshock. More specifically, I wanted to examine how Irrational Games created the character of the Little Sister, starting all the way back from early concept art and ideas to Bioshock Infinite's interpretation of the Little Sisters as well. If you enjoyed the video by the end, would you kindly leave a like and subscribe to the channel? I'd very much appreciate that. Without any further delay, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. Originally, during the early development of Bioshock, the Little Sisters were going to be called Gatherers. During development, Irrational Games threw around multiple ideas for these Gatherers, some of which are so outrageously random that they'll be rather hard to believe. Some of these ideas have been lost to time, but we do have some early examples of concept art. For example, some of the early Gatherers were going to be a dog in a wheelchair, a frog with a funnel in its ass, I know, and other various and grotesque creatures, which you'll see on the screen. Thankfully, all of these ideas were scrapped, which resulted in the Little Sisters that we're familiar with today. Now let's move on to the Little Sisters from the original Bioshock. With the original idea of Gatherers sticking with the character of the Little Sister, Irrational Games and Ken Levine decided to have them be little girls, along with including them to become an integral part of the game itself and atom collecting as a whole. There's also an added moral dilemma included to either rescue or harvest them. Early concept art for the actual character models are quite interesting in my opinion. For example, this little sister almost looks like a ghoul from the Fallout series. As the artists were increasing the details with their concept art and overall character models, this second piece of concept art shows a little sister with a more zombie-like appearance. Thankfully, they were able to finalize a design for the Little Sisters, which resulted in the character models that we're familiar with to this day. Now, before we do our deep dive on the evolution of the Little Sisters within Bioshock 2, I feel that Bioshock 2's Big Sisters deserve an honorable mention here. Essentially, Big Sisters are little sisters who were no longer able to produce Atom themselves. With the initial mental conditioning of those little sisters being obviously conducted by Dr. Suchong deteriorating their mental state over a period of time, their warped view of rapture drove them to be mentally unstable and cause states of hyperaggression. Early concept art of the Big Sisters shows quite a few different models. We have one who carries her equipment in a wagon, one that looks like she has wings on her back, one that looks like she has a jetpack on her back as well, one with more a Big Daddy appearance with a drill included, and finally, one that is almost identical to the in-game Big Sisters that we eventually got within Bioshock 2. Another interesting piece of concept art is currently on screen now. To me, this almost looks like a halfway point between those initial pieces of concept art mixed with their final character model, which will also be on screen now. If you're interested in hearing a full lore video on the Big Sisters, I'll put my video on them in the video description, or there will be a card at the top right hand corner of the screen. Now, let's move on to Bioshock 2's Little Sisters. Now, instead of their ghoulish appearance from the original Bioshock making its return, 2K Marin decided to switch things up and to make their little sister character models look a lot more childlike. Initially, there were ideas of having multiple different little sister models, some of which include different races. I personally would have loved to see this concept make the final cut of the game, however, I'm not too sure why it was ultimately removed. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. Other than these pieces of concept art, the Little Sisters from Bioshock 2 really didn't change all that much. Looking at these early pieces of concept art show a slightly altered version of a little sister after you rescuing her, especially with a butterfly on her hand, and a facial model of another slightly altered little sister. With all of that being considered, I think that the final character model we got within Bioshock 2 is the best little sister character model we've gotten in the whole series, but I obviously know your opinion might be different. If you wouldn't mind letting me know your favorite little sister down in the comment section below, that would be very much appreciated, and I'm genuinely interested in hearing what you guys have to say about that. With the little sisters themselves not existing within the base game of Bioshock Infinite, we'll have to look into the Burial at Sea DLC episodes. Surprisingly, not too much is really known about the early concept art of the little sisters within these DLC episodes, which is kind of odd to me. The reason that it's odd specifically is because of how drastically different their character models are. And for example, if you compare the little sisters from Bioshock 1 and compare them to the ones from Bioshock Infinite, the differences are absolutely jarring, and I would have loved to see the whole thought process behind changing them within Burial at Sea. Let me know what you guys think as well. It would have been incredibly interesting to see the artist's ideas and thought processes through the development of the little sister character models from Burial at Sea, at least in my personal opinion. I love being able to see the initial idea and then have kind of a step-by-step sort of situation with concept art to see the progression or regression of a specific character model. And I just love concept art in general, so I would have loved to have seen something like that, but I don't believe we really know too much about that, so my apologies. The only times we encounter a little sister within Burial at Sea is at the beginning and ending of episode 1, along with Sally being front and center within both episodes. Other than that, I sincerely apologize for not having a longer section about Bioshock Infinite. Well friends, if you've happened to watch all the way up until this point of the video, thank you first and foremost, and secondly, let me know who your favorite little sister is down in the comment section below. I'd greatly appreciate it. And obviously, you can tell me if it's your favorite little sister character model, or if there is a specific little sister that you appreciate or enjoy. For example, Sally or Cindy Meltzer. I'm genuinely interested in hearing who you guys enjoy in terms of a character, so thank you. If you enjoyed the video and would like to see more, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. It helps me more than you'll ever know. If you'd like to talk to me outside of YouTube or stay up to date with me, consider joining our community Discord server and following me on my social media accounts, the links to which will be down in the description below. With that being said, thank you again all so very much for watching today's video. I hope you all take care, stay safe, and I will talk to you all in the next one.